All right, friends, today we're going to be talking about multiplying mixed numbers. We've learned how to multiply a whole number times a fraction times a whole number, and a fraction times a fraction. So now we're going to move it on up to multiplying mixed numbers. This is number 50 in your packet of notes, and we're going to be talking about how to multiply those mixed numbers today. So, how to convert a mixed number to an improper fraction. This is step one. The first thing that you need to know is you have to have an improper fraction. You cannot multiply a mixed number times a mixed number. You have to have an improper fraction to multiply. That's the biggest thing to remember, okay? So what we're going to do is turn it into a mixed number. So as a review, we've done this, but I'm going to review, is we are going to multiply the whole number by the denominator, and then we're going to add the numerator, and we keep the denominator the same. Okay? So here we go. We're going to convert them to mixed numbers. Then we're going to multiply them like regular fractions. And then we're going to simplify. So step 2 is what we've been doing. We're adding step 1 and step 3. So you change it to improper fractions to multiply. And then you move it back to a mixed number as your answer. And make sure that that is in simplest form. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3/5 here. I'm going to multiply 4 times 8. That is 32 plus 2 over 8. So basically I'm just saying 8 times 4 plus 2, and I'm putting that right here so we can see it. Okay? So that would be 32 plus 2 over 8. Okay, so I'm still just doing this. 8 times 4 plus 2. 3/5 times 34 over 8. So if I was to do 8 times 4 is 32. 2 plus 2 is 34. That is my improper fraction, okay, for my mixed number. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply across. 34 times 3 is 102. 5 times 8 is 40. Okay. Now what I want to do, I'll move that up for you. Now I want to change it to a improper fraction. So this is step 3. This would be step 2, and that would be step 1. All right, so 40 goes into 102 2 times. That gives us 22 left over. That would be 2 and 22 40ths, but I can simplify that by dividing them by 2. That would be 2 and 11 20ths would be my answer. Okay, so let me do the next one for you. All right, so the next one is 3.5 times 2/4. So 3.5 times 2/4. I'm going to change this to an improper fraction. I'm not going to do this part up here. I'm just going to do 2 times 3 plus 1 is 7. So 7/2 times 2/4 would be 14 over 8. 8 goes into 14 one time with 6 left over. This will be 1 and 6/8. Now I want to simplify this. I can divide it by 2. Going to be 1 and 3/4. Now if you don't remember how to simplify, make sure that you are checking our simplify video as a review. All right, I'm going to change both of these here. Times plus. 8 times 6 is 48 plus 1 is 49. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 3 is 17. Now if I multiply across here, 49 times 17 is going to be 3. I'm just going to do that. 363. 7 times 4 is 28. That would be 32. Add my 0. We have 9 and a 4. 3, my mistake. This would be 34. 34. And carry the 1. And then we are at 8. So 833. So we're at 833 over 56. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into an improper fraction. 56 goes into 83 one time. It's 27. Bring down the 3. It goes in 4 times. And this would be 49. So it's 14 and 49 56th. So now I'm going to find the greatest common factor, which is, let's see here. I'm going to do that over here. How would I simplify? 49 would be 1 times 49. 7 times 7. The next would be 56 would be 1 times 56. 2 times 28. 3 does not go into it. 4 times 14, or 7 times 8. So my GCF would be 7. So I'm going to divide these by 7 to simplify. And it'd be 14 and 7/8. Okay. I'm going to put this on my page and go over here. I'm actually going to be going to your textbook. Your textbook on page, let's see here. Textbook on page 359. I'm going to be doing numbers 10 through 12. Actually, 10 through 11. So 10 and 11. Okay. So this is number 10. 2 6 times 4 1/2. 2 and 1/6 times 4 1/2. Okay. So I'm going to put that a box around it. And the first step is I'm going to change this to an improper fraction. 2 times 6 plus 1. That would be 13 over 6 times 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 halves. So then I'm going to multiply it across. I'm going to have 12. And I'm going to do 13 times 9 over here. It's 117. How many times does 12 go into 117? It goes in 9 times. Because 10 would be 120. It's 108. So I'm going to go over here. We have 9 and 9/12. So let's find the GCF to simplify. I have 9 and 12. Oops. I'll do 12. So 1 times 9, 3 times 3, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. So the one that we have in common would be 3 and 1. So we're going to divide by the biggest number. That is not 1. And our answer would be 9 3/4. All right, I'm going to zoom out just a tad here. Try that. All right, and then 11 is 3/4 times 8 1/2. 3/4 times 8 1/2. Okay. So 3/4 stays the same. 8 1/2 is 2 times 8 is 16 plus 1 is 17 over 2. So 3 times 17 would be 21, 51. Okay. So how many times does 8 go into 51? It goes in 6 times. That's 48. So that would be 3. So we have 6 3/8, and that is simplified. So that is how you multiply mixed numbers. You turn them to, you make sure they're both fractions, multiply across, turn them back to mixed numbers.